Hey, this is Eve, author of Detox with Ease. I also have a Facebook page, Detoxing the Body and Help for Multiple Chemical Sensitivity, and a website, detoxthebodymcs.com. I had a very severe case of chemical sensitivity, and I healed it took me years of studying and experimenting, and so I help other people detox, heal from chronic illnesses, including depression, anxiety, and anyway, I wrote this book. It's very simple. It's very short, and I'm reading it little by little online, making my corrections. I'm going to do like a new version, and there you have it. So I'm just going to read from this. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, then the bell button and all, and you can get notifications when I come on. And generally, I'm going to do live question and answers. You can ask me anything now, but I have to set my timer and go because I have to travel. So generally, I have plenty of time, and I'm going to hit the 13 minutes. But if you have a question, I'll answer it within the 13. All right, I'll just get going. Many chronic illnesses and conditions are associated with excess toxins in the body, such as chronic fatigue, cancer, lupus, multiple sclerosis, arthritis, infertility, erectile dysfunction, obesity, multiple chemical sensitivity, and more. And basically every single illness has a toxicity element because just how we are now in our world. This isn't in the book. I'm always like I'm making my comments. It's a world where we all have so much toxicity. So we do not know how much or how little that toxicity is contributing to any state of unwell being or any illness that we might have. Generally, you're going to detox. You're going to feel better. Your body's going to be stronger. You're going to heal everything faster. So basically, that's why I made this book. It's something that we should all know about so we can be at our tip-top peak performance and happiness level. Okay, know your detox organs and the digestive system. The liver filters toxins out of the bloodstream and processes them so that they can be excreted via your bowels or urine. Optimal liver function is important for efficiently removing toxins from your body. Milk thistle, dandelion, glutathione, and coffee enema are great for cleaning the liver. Also, the reduction of incoming toxins will help your liver to stay healthy and able to detox. Avoid pesticides, hydrogenated oils, and other heavy toxins to free up your liver. When your liver is free, your whole body will be less toxic. I'll write that in. I just want to say one thing about that. I just want to say one thing about hand sanitizer and all the sanitizing that's going on with COVID. It used to be that there was a very toxic endocrine disruptor and a cancer-causing chemical in your antibacterial hand wash and antibacterial. So you need to look that up and just try to get the more natural antibacterial stuff. I get this amazing stuff from the Turkish store. It smells like oranges and flowers, and it just has alcohol. So I made some videos on COVID, but I didn't want to get my channel yanked, so I took them down because it's so controversial, politics and all that. But basically, if you can use hydrogen peroxide or alcohol, that's going to be better than all of the other stuff that you can buy. A lot of people are very sensitive to alcohol. If you can't use that, then you can use herbs. There's tea tree oil. There's so many herbs that's going to kill bacteria. In fact, almost all herbs kill bacteria. So up your herbs, and you're going to be better and more healthy to go into the future. And make sure that you're not using that stuff it's developmental problems, especially if you have any young children in your house who are growing up. You don't want their endocrine system, their hormones to get all messed up before they even have a chance. Okay, the kidneys. Kidneys are a vital detox organ. The toxins that are processed by the liver are excreted via the kidneys into urine. More substances are eliminated from the body via the kidneys than by any other route. Having clean water is important for kidney health. Spend time and investigate how to get the best water you can. It is well worth it. I was using a reverse osmosis water filter, but now drive to a natural spring once a month to bring water home. And this spring has been checked out and verified. Not every spring is good because if some groundwater can be near traffic and things like that. And so make sure you know about your spring before you get the water from it. And bring water home. Distilled water is also beneficial. I don't go to the spring anymore. I got out of the habit and I never could get that second-hour drive, filling all those things up. I used to get the glass water containers because I used to could not even be around plastic and didn't want anything to do with it. But then all my big water glass containers broke, blah, blah. So now at the Whole Foods, they have ion water. I get it there. I like to refill the jugs. Let me see what I say here. Hold on. Anything that comes in a plastic bottle has toxins. This is especially true if it is new plastic or plastic that has been subject to warm temperatures in the delivery truck or processing site. That said, BPA is also released at freezing temperatures. So make sure you're not getting BPA bottles, which, yeah, I think probably most of them are that. Plastics are unregulated and can have just about anything in them. BPA and phthalates are just scratching the surface of the chemicals in plastics. Finding clean water can be a difficult task, but with some thought and research, you can find the best water for your lifestyle and budget. The body is mostly made up of water. It helps to have the best quality water we can afford. Yeah, so just try to make an improvement and upgrade, and you will find a way if you start researching, if you get into it. Recently, I have read a great deal about distilled water and feel it's a good choice. Cook with pure water if possible. So I don't know about you guys, but especially since I got chemical sensitivity, I've never, even if I wash my vegetables in tap water, I will kind of like rinse it off with pure water because the tap water is super bad. If you have a Brita filter, you need to upgrade. I don't know what's the best kind of over-the-counter on top of counter filter. Kanga is good. A lot of water filters are very expensive and later news will come out like, oh, well, that's not so good, So just know that Brita will not get fluoride out of your water. And I don't know if I tell you this later in the book, but I haven't read it in so long. But there's so many toxins in water. Like all of these pharmaceuticals that everyone is peeing into the water system, they're microparticles and they do not all get cleared out. So there's tons of hormones, from all this estrogen, birth control pills and HRT, all these things going in the water. So it is really best. If you have a Brita, get like another filter. Actually, I was thinking of maybe using Brita filter water for cooking my stuff, but you know what? I can't even stand to have any fluoride or anything in my food, if possible to avoid it. If that's what you have, you know what? You bless your water and you calibrate it to your body. That's another kind of subject, but that's what I would do. Talking kindly to your water has proven to positively affect molecular structure. So if you can't afford the good filters for now, that is a great option. So there's a guy, Dr. Emoto, and he was very famous for doing experiments with water that if you spoke beautiful words to your water, it's going to have a completely different structure than if you said bad words to it. And then there was one where they just left the water alone. Or no, that was rice. They did a lot of experiments. That was rice, and they did not, the kind of neglected water was even the worst. Actually, what I have in my house, I know this guy, he's like a crystallologist, very interesting man. And I have magnetite rocks around where I leave my water sitting. And then there's like a little magnetic plate. So the thing about water is, in the old days, when you used to get your water from the spring, it's alive, it's right from the ground. It's so in contact with the electromagnetic field of the earth. So it's this vibrant water, and now our water is a little dead, which you can tell if you start drinking out of the spring and when you first just put that water in your mouth, you feel like you can really feel how amazing it is. So that said, I feel like the magnetite doesn't kind of magnetize me and giving some energy back into water. That's a weird thing. I don't know anyone else but me who does that. But the crystal guy. It's a very fancy building in Chevy Chase on Wisconsin Avenue. If you live in DC, you got to go see him. He knows a lot about a lot of things. Very smart guy. So speak kindly to your water. A friend told me too, since we're mostly water, you can just even speak kindly to yourself. And that's going to change the molecular structure of your water. So, you know, there's so many levels of purity and goodness. And, you know, each year that goes by, we discover more subtle qualities and things that we didn't know before, like that. Okay. Some people put their water in the sun in a glass container. Sun eliminates many toxins and bacteria, as well as charging it with its powerful energy. They call it sun charge water. I forgot about that. I'm gonna do that. Let me get a glass. I'm gonna do that. You can also put it in the moon, charge it with the moon. The lungs. The lungs, it's actually only one page. Like my book is so simple. I give you all the overviews, and that way if you want to go and investigate something more, you can. Like this is because, you know what, toxins, everything is so confusing. And I just boiled it down to the very simplest thing. Don't forget to smash the likes if you're enjoying this video. That helps the algorithm, and make comments too. The lungs are an important detoxification organ. Every time you exhale, you are excreting toxins. Make sure to have the best quality air in your living environment by using plants and or air purifiers. That said, so we're detoxing, we're exhaling. That said, don't overwear your mask, you know, because you want those toxins to go out along with the carbon dioxide or whatever. Carbon, yeah. You want that to go out. I'm still very sensitive. When I wear my mask, I start feeling all confused, and I just read that it's, you know, it's a symptom of that sort of like CO2 overload. So that's why breathing exercises are amazing, because you're breathing out those toxins, and that's what the lungs do, among other things, other chemical exchanges in the body. That's why everybody's breathing now, like, you know, all these things that the yogis and all these people knew before, now they're coming into like medical science. So it's amazing. Breathing exercise are incredibly detoxing. Just becoming aware of your breathing and making it as deep and slow as possible is very detoxifying. And the oxygen you bring in is also great for your health. Every time you exhale, you're releasing toxins. So I have an abs program every day, but also do Wim Hof breathing at around noontime, Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City, DC time. So the Wim Hof is an amazing thing. You can look it up and get into this breathing. And if you want to join my monthly program, you can. But it's a very intense way to oxygenate the blood, and you feel great when you do it. Okay, so the lungs are really a gateway to such well-being. And when you start breathing shallow, when you're in this stress state, your body is getting starved for oxygen, which I think is a lot of, you know, what's going on for a lot of people. Okay, time spent in nature, breathing in oxygen is a great detox. I'm going to say because you are. Time spent in nature because you're breathing in oxygen is great detox. Walking out of doors is helpful, even in cities. Indoor air pollution is usually much worse than the air outside, with the exceptions of wafting laundry chemicals and diesel engines. There are many ways to detox the lungs found on my website. detoxthebodymcs.com. Yoga, dance, and other exercises opening the rib cage are great, as well as all heavy or deep breathing. I'm going to fix that, saying something better. So I actually feel like when I discovered, somebody told me, like a massage person, that this is when I had chemical sensitivity, that my rib cage, it wasn't very flexible. And I had, of course, never thought about my rib cage before that. And I feel like, I had a very severe PTSD and a lifetime of like very shallow breathing and just always being in a state of worrying. And then over time, your ribs aren't even expanding like they can. That's why I do dance now, do all kinds of breathing, and just expanding your lungs on a daily basis will increase their lung capacity to bring in more oxygen and more healing into your body. All right, smash those likes. Come back tomorrow and let your friends know. If you know any people who are chronically ill, I know a lot of the stuff that I say is very roundabout. I don't give you an amazing thing that's going to cure everything, but I am very confident that for most people, I can help them get into a more healing state, and not medical advice. Ciao.